Hey everyone, my name's Reckor. We're going to be finishing up our spackling today. I'm not going to go through all the tools we're using because we already done that in the last two videos. Only thing new I got for y'all today is this wet sanding sponge here. It's kind of like a yellow sponge with like a brittle pad thing on the back there. It's probably not as coarse as a brittle pad, but it is brittle pad like maybe they cousins or something like that. And you can pick one of these puppies up at like the Home Depot, Lowe's Home Improvement Store, or even like a pineapple under the sea. I'm kidding, of course. I'm just making a reference like it's SpongeBob SquarePants because that's where he resides. But in all honesty, I would not go looking under the water for one of these things. I mean, the amount of money you spend on like scuba gear, a submarine, depending on how deep you plan on looking. Even if you did end up finding one of these, there's chances it's been thrown out as like garbage or something like that. So it's not going to work as good. Your best bet is probably just go to the store, pick one up, bring it home. Alright, so obviously it is wet sanding, so we are going to need to get some water involved in this. So we're going to take our sponge, we're just going to drop it in a bucket of water like that, get it nice and wet. Now you do not want to put it on your wall like that. That will take off a lot of the spackle, leave you with a bigger mess than you need. So what you got to do is you got to say, hey water, you are not welcome here. You shall not pass onto my wall. You're like Gandalf the Grey fighting off that fire monster. Except it's not a fire monster, it's just regular old water. Okay, so first thing I do is I use this yellow side. I don't know if that's the side you're supposed to start with, but that's the side I start with anyway. I just kind of like smooth things out a little bit. It doesn't feel like you're doing much. I don't know if I am doing much, but like, you know, it makes you feel like you're doing something. So that's good enough for me. I'm gonna bring this guy in. That way you can see what's happening here. See, we got like kind of rough stuff right there. I'm going to show you what this sponge can do. We're going to use the yellow side of the sponge on that, just kind of wet it a little bit. And you can already see that it's kind of smoothing out a little bit. Then we're going to flip the sponge over. And we're just going to kind of rub a little harder. Not too hard, we don't want to like take the whole thing off, but just kind of like gently press down until you see something happening. And then you'll be like, oh yeah, that's kind of like smoothing out a little bit. And you'll be like that because that's actually what's going to be happening. And then we'll switch to the yellow side again, kind of smooth things out. And as you can see, that's much less rough than what we had before. So we just continue to do that for all our spackle, and that's really all there is to wet sanding. Hey Niles, I had a pizza pierogi this week. Can you believe that? Seems like everything's turning into pizza these days, and I don't understand it. I think like people should be more worried. Something's going on here. Pizza's gonna take over the world. Soon you're gonna have like pizza Pop-Tarts, pizza porridge, pizza pie. And that's not like what we normally refer to as a pizza pie. That's like an apple pie or like a pumpkin pie, except instead of like those type of things, we're gonna find pizza inside there instead. I don't know about you people, but I am not ready for all that. Write your congressmen or something. When it comes to these ones right here, I find like a nice circular motion. That really helps you out. Gets things nice and smooth. And you just move on to the next one. Now, I just had an epiphany. Pizza bagels. They've been telling us for years. Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. When we got pizza on a bagel, we can eat pizza anytime. That's their main objective. They've been slipping in right under our noses and we didn't even see it. Alright, so I'm done wet sanding right now. You can't see me because I'm not near a camera. I'm actually by a sink rinsing out the sponge. But I'll make my way to you in a second now. Alright, here I come. Next up, we're going to do that third coat of spackle. Basically the same thing we've been doing, except instead of just sticking to these two smaller blades, we're going to use this big old blade right here. And I'll explain to you when we're going to do that. So let's get started. So basically all of these, we're just going to do them the same as normal. Put some spackle on there. Scrape it off. That's all there is to that. Now for around here and around here where we got stuff taped up, that's where things are going to get a little bit different. Instead of just sticking to the white line here, we're actually going to go out further than that. We are going to cover up what we did already. We're going to give that one more coat, but also just remember, go a little further. All right? Now the reason we're going out wider this time is because when we smoothed that out, we kind of like left a little lip here on where the spackle was before. So if you painted over that, you're going to see that lip. You're going to realize, oh, something's different there. There's going to be a straight line right on down that. But now that we're going wider, we're going to like really smooth out the edges, and we're going to hide that lip. Just put that big old blade up there, push it straight down. So that's all there is for today. I'm just going to continue on what I'm doing here with this third coat. That's how to do some wet sanding and get your third coat of spackle on. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Click on that little like button on the video if you liked it. And best of luck with all your home improvement projects. Now what I did just there is when I held the blade, I was holding the bottom part closer to the wall, and the top part was still pretty close to the wall, just not as close as the bottom. So you're kind of like making that curve. You're keeping the bottom really pressed hard so it's very flat, and then as it goes up, it kind of smooths out that way. You can't really see the gradual smoothing. And then of course up top you would do the opposite of that. You'd hold the top part very close to the wall, and then the bottom part still close to the wall, just not as close as the top part. I call that the sweep.